friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Amy. Today we have this cute little mini planner here from kellofaplan, and it's a little different. It is a 5-year planner. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what it's all about, and then we'll discuss how I might use it and decorate it a little bit and all of that. So let's go ahead and get started. Thank you to kellofaplan for sending this to me. This is a really cool concept, a 5-year planner. I know she had some come out last year, and this just looks super fun. I love the little mini size, but as you can see, there are two different kind of cover options, and you can always flip them around if you want to. So that would be the cover, that would be the back, and both of them say kellofaplan on what would be the back side. So then there are 5 different tabs, including one back here, for 5 years worth of planner stuff. All right, so we've got important dates, and then we've got a monthly page with a tiny bit of extra space here. Okay, and then it's just, okay, I think it's just the monthlies. This is really cool. This could be great for just on the go, at a glance, family schedules, or work stuff, like when things are due to manufacturers for me, when things are arriving, so I can know like where things are in shipment and stuff, certain big dates that I need to have stuff done by. But it could work for any number of things when you just want at a glance, and you might need to be thinking ahead like a whole year or more. That's very cool. A set of lined paper on the back, and then it repeats, but it's dated for the next year. So this starts January 2027. All right. So there's that divider. Again, same thing for 2029 here. All right, we've got 2030. Oh my God, we're thinking so far ahead now. All right, so all of those. And then this one. So yeah, I think, so there are 2 ways that I could use this. I could look at it as a kind of work calendar, thinking ahead to all the deadlines, because the drawing, design, computer work to the manufacturers, making it, shipping, getting it to my PR team, and all that stuff is months in advance. The other option would be to write down like birthdays here and big family events, when we might go on vacation, and keep track of those big things. But either way, we could go ahead and decorate some of these and show you that you can still decorate even when you're in like a mini planner. Okay, definitely no Dutch doors in these, because you're working all the way up to the edge. So let's just grab these 2 and decorate these for the start of January. And my gut is telling me, for me, that I would love to use this for work, to have an at-a-glance view of the things that I have going on, and that I need to finish. And I can fill this out, you know, ahead of time. But anyways, this is an older sticker book. They have a new plaid and floral sticker book that just came out. This one was dots and florals. A lot of the sticker books will eventually sell out, so it may not still be available. But as always, the links to everything I talk about, the brands, are down below, so you can go check it out and see if it's available. But these are available today. All right, so we've got a lot of stuff. We have these really thin washi strips that will work really well. The other thing that I just started doing in the kellofaplan gratitude journal that just came out in the gratitude box is on the monthly doing a doodle of the day, like thinking about what things brought me joy that day and then doodling one of them. So if you wanted to have a little 5-year creative practice, you could go ahead and do a doodle a day on here. Or if you like focusing on, say, a virtue or a word that is something that you want to work on and you struggle with, this is a great way to then put it down and focus on it. Write it down in the morning and then have that be your focus for the day. Some of the words I might focus on, I've done these challenges in the past, have been like kindness or patience, or even things like focus, or, you know, they don't necessarily have to be virtues, but things that you want to work on. So we are just going to go ahead and use some of these dots and florals designs. I love this one. And we'll start by decorating this page, and you don't need a lot to do this. So one thing is that these stickers do not have a white ink base. So on one hand, you may need a white outline if you don't like that look, but on the other, if you don't have the white ink base, you can lay it over this and still see the text while having all the florals and having some decor. So that is a great way on any notebook or planner that has text on it. If you want to get some decoration in and you don't have a lot of space, fill it over the text with some stickers without that white ink base. That's so cute. Okay. And then what we're going to do is just go down the spine and do the tiniest bit down these sides too. But there's going to be more over here and less on this side. So we're just going to work our way down, and we'll have to put a sticker down and then trim it so we can use the other side and use as much of it as possible throughout this. So this is actually perfect timing. I think I will use it for work in the like planning process. And what might be nice is on here, instead of using it as important dates, writing down the main theme that my patrons vote on, because we just voted on December. So in, let's see, what date is it as I'm filming this? It's the 11th. So in about 18 days or so, we'll be voting on January. And so once the vote is in, I'll write down the theme here so that I can get started. And then I start using this as we're working on, working on April or May, something like that. And using this for the deadlines. But then I can think about all the themes ahead of time and have a nice one place to have it all written down. So we'll try that out. That sounds like a fun idea. We will have to punch these in a minute, but I do have a planner punch. If you need a planner punch, one, you can use scissors. You don't necessarily need a planner punch unless you think you're going to be creating your own pages to add in to a notebook, like a disc-bound notebook, or you're going to be covering over the punch holes like this a lot. Because if you only do it like one time, using scissors is going to be more cost effective. But fussy cutting them out like this it takes some time. So what might be easier is to get a planner punch. I have a happy planner punch, and I have the big one so that I can use it with letter sized or smaller pieces, and you can line it up. They have different lines to show you mini, classic, and the big happy planner, where to line them up so that you can punch it properly. You can also grab one from Levenger. It's called a mushroom punch. So Levenger, there are a couple others. We Are Memory Keepers has a single hole punch, but then you'd have to put it over each one. But there are a lot of options out there, and they work really well. This is so cute. So yeah, we're going to use this. I don't have a theme to write down or anything yet, so I'm not going to write on this today, but we're setting it up, and I'll be able to start using it, as I said, in like 18 days or so, at least this page, and then move on from there. Okay, let's do it like that. No, actually, I'm gonna lower it a little bit and layer a little bit over the top corner there. So clear stickers without a white ink base can be fun when you have these kind of like painted floral looks because you can layer them over each other and they don't look like totally out of place if they're all on top of each other. So that looks pretty good. Okay, that is our important dates page for our 5-year calendar for 2027. Now we're gonna do this. We're gonna do something different. It's for January. So we don't wanna do like fall or summer or anything like that. I think I do want to use some florals again, but maybe a different color. Here's some, like, all the colors, all the different things. There are some blue ones in here. Also yellow. Yellow would be really nice. But here's the blue ones. That's kind of wintry. So a couple things I was thinking about for this page. We could do something along right here, like just a washi tape base. Let's try that, because this will go all the way across. So, oops, I did not even lay it down all the way to the end of the page. Okay. Lining it up. All right, so we're just gonna hold it like that. We'll trim everything once we're ready. We could put stuff up the spine again with florals. That would be fun because they'll lay across it. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll start it like here and let things go over the edges a little bit. I think that looks fine. And while it takes the tiniest bit of functional space away, it still looks great. And again, we can put stuff up there if we wanted to. I may not want to. We're gonna trim it all up before I decide anything else. I'm trying to keep some of the skinnier florals here so that I don't go too far over the edge. This one we can turn that way. Okay, let's trim this up and punch it and then see what we think about how it looks. And I have a blue mild liner that I think would be perfect with this, but I don't quite know specific important dates that I'd want to track on here yet. So I'm not going to use that highlighter yet until I start filling it out for January. Probably I would start filling it out in November on the monthly page. Just that's how far ahead I work with stuff that I'd want to know about. And then, yeah, the only things that would go even farther ahead would be like the advent calendar planning process, as well as if I do any workshops at events and things like that. If you guys haven't seen over on Instagram, I'm doing a workshop at the Chicago Planner Conference this year, and I'm super stoked about that. It's going to be really fun. My first in-person workshop. I've done a few like Zoom things, but just really, really exciting and fun. So that kind of stuff I would put on here as well. Okay, so let's see what all is in here. We could also add some color by using these instead of the, but Wednesday wouldn't fit well. That would be really long. So let's not do that. Okay. But we could put this little to-do right here for some little to-dos to be there, which means we can decorate right here. So let's just see. If I do it like that, it cuts off quite a bit of it. If I go over, I think I could do it right there and it would look pretty good layered over it without getting too much layered over. Because it is a blue font, not the black that we had on the other page. So it will blend into those blue flowers a little bit more. Okay, that does just like help with how much is down here by pulling a little bit to the eye. And this is not a mini sticker book, so I don't have like small stickers or anything like that. What I do have are some of these, and I could do some sticker surgery if I wanted to. Or use some dots going down the page, but more spaced out than normal, so I have more space to write. So like there. Maybe down like this rather than like here, put it here so there is space to write, because I won't be able to write as wide of things. Okay. These little dot stickers are like right in the in-between, like almost too small for me to want to use with my fingers, but also not small enough that I absolutely need the tweezers. So I don't know whether I need these or not. I think I just ripped that sticker. Okay, we're gonna get a new one. All right, there we go. That also brings a little color. It's not perfectly spaced, but I did my best. All right, and with that, because we have something here, I think we'll put a tiny little floral in the corner. So not going too far, but maybe going over the J there, because that lets us fill a little bit more space. All right, so I'm excited to make all my planner lineup choices sometime soon. All the fall releases are happening too. So this 5-year planner is great for your like overview. All the fall releases are happening this month, pretty much this month in early September. So I'll have all the various planners and journals soon, and then I can make my fall or January 2027 lineup. But this is super cute. I love how this looks and turned out. I'm definitely going to start using this one. I'm going to put it right over here on my desk so I have it accessible. And yeah, I can't wait to share with you guys in a few months how this is being used. All right, so as a reminder, this 5-year planner is available now from kellofaplan. I've linked it down below. Last year, their 5-year planner items did sell out rather quickly, and they restocked them, and I think they might have sold out again. So grab this if you're interested. Yeah. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. I really enjoyed decorating these. These were fun, nice and simple and still functional. All right. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.